Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Toast. Today we are looking at a game. This is going to be Tricone Lab. This game releases tomorrow. That is November 12th. This video is being made the day before that as Steam Early Access as a beta. You can see here down here version 0.16-beta. But this is the full version of the beta at least, and we're going to look at this game. I've played, a little bit of this game, kind of got my head around how it works, and I kind of want to show it to you guys because I think it's pretty cool. It's a really sweet puzzle game, and we're gonna go to the very beginning here. Oh, this is organized by alphabetical? Tricone, here we go. So here's our demo map. We'll jump right on into this one and it'll introduce kind of the concept of the game. Yes, I would like to play this game. So this is will be published by Patrick Hill Games Limited, and this is developed by Josh Singer. This is one guy who's done this game over 5 years, just in his spare time, and I think for that it's pretty incredible. So the idea of the game, it's a puzzle game, is to create a molecule known as tricone, and this little guy down here that we're clicking and dragging is tricone. And so if we get a blue bit, a red bit, and a green bit all together, and we double click on the tricone, we finish the level, when we make the molecule that we need to make. And that's the goal. That's how you win the levels. You need to make tricone. And so you can see here is the game introduces everything through a very tutorialized gameplay way. It doesn't hold your hand, but it does give you a little bit of a hint of what mechanic you're looking at and what's the idea behind the level. And I think that's great. Getting into this, I was kind of worried. I was going to say, thinking to myself, what if I don't know, what if I don't really remember what all the symbols mean, what the molecules can do? That's not the case. The way the game is tutorialized, you really get quite a good understanding. And so you have a new element here, and you'll see what happens. So we have this dividing wall, and if we want to get through the dividing wall, we cannot. So we have to double click on this breaker, and it breaks the wall, and now we can get the blue chip, and here we are, and we've finished our molecule. Level complete. And I think we have one more in our demo tutorial level, second breakers. So, just more of the same. It introduces the idea that, hey, some items here can break walls, and you need to use them to break walls. And there we go. We finished the first set of level, the first map. So if we go back to load map, I do believe the next one after that would be breakers. So when we go to breakers, we can hit OK. It's again demo map, it says, but I don't know. And you can see once you've played a level, it shows you up in the top right corner there a little image of what the level looks like. And so we have this new idea, breakers, and we're going to keep exploring with these breakers. And you see that these ones have a black dot, and what that means is that these ones you can drag and move them into a line. So this way we have some mobility and choice over where we want our breakers to be. And this introduces something that becomes kind of a core mechanic here, is when do you break, how do you break, and how do you figure that out? And so we have a breaker here with not one, not two, but three black dots. That means we can move it through three of these black walls. There's two, and we bring it over here, break it, boom, done. Blue chip, tricone, done. Sweet, right? That's great. And so you move on, and you get breaker synthesis is going to be in the next map, I believe. So breaker maker. So just like you can make tricone, it introduces the idea that you can make breakers with this molecule dude right here, this creation right here. So you connect those, you double click on it, and we have our own single breaker here, which we can use now to finish our level and collect, create, make tricone. And this is the idea of the game. It ramps up in difficulty quite a bit, and some of these puzzles require, some thinking and some trial and error, because the complexity gets to be quite a bit higher. So here you can see that we have one breaker allowed to us, but if we break over here, we now have access to all of these materials to make more breakers, which is great. That's exactly what we need to do to finish the level. In the bottom right corner here, you can see that we have a number. This says how much tricone you need to make to finish the level, which is 1. So we can bring it over here, green, red, and blue. Double click, boom, tricone, level finished. So there are over 100 levels in the game right now, and there's a ton of new elements introduced all the time. You don't have to do everything in order, and it introduces some really cool ideas, some that I haven't even gotten to. So it introduces this idea of anti-catalysts. So let's jump into this one. I've just completed this one. And this introduces the idea of, hey, this guy, this molecule right here, it's going to say, we can't do anything with it, but if we break, you know, for instance, this one, it will steal that red chip for us. And now that we can't use that. And so we can't make tricone anymore because we don't have enough materials here. So we'll go ahead and hit restart, and it'll bring us back to the beginning. Something that's really nice about the game is that they do include an undo button down here. You can hit Z or you can click on it. Amazing. Amazing that they included an undo button, because honestly, sometimes you make the silliest mistakes, or you know, you make one mistake and that's it, game over, and you can just hit undo and it, boom, done. So this is not supposed to be a stressful puzzle game, you know. This is very relaxed. You can take as much time as you need. You can breathe and you can think about it, and I think you're encouraged to do so. You have unlimited undos, unlimited resets. There's no score. It's just about completing the puzzle, and that's really sweet to me. That's really nice. And so we have this idea right now of anti-catalyst, anti-mobility, and that sort of thing. And so you can exist outside of the bubbles, like you see here, and that's just fine. And so this one, you see we have this guy right here. And now these molecules have a preference for chips. They will collect the breaker materials, but if there's an option, they will go for the colored chips that you need for tricone. We can use that to our advantage because there's 4 red chips down here. We can come down here, break this open, and then break this open here. And that guy's going to come and be like, oh, I want all of these 3 red chips. And now we don't have to worry about him anymore. The reason that this might seem a little bit effortless to me right now, or to you guys, is because I've just finished playing a lot of these levels, and believe you me, when I first started playing them, some of these levels, I was like, how am I supposed to do this? Like, is this even possible? But that's not the case. It's very fair. It's very possible. You just keep going at it and keep trying until you get it. The game itself, like I've already said, is very relaxing. It's soothing. I would love to see this game come to mobile, actually, because I think this is a really good format for the mobile genre, just because it's not timed. It can be quick. You could just play one level here or there. That's something that's really, really great. I want to show you some more of these mechanics that we've gotten to. I just started playing one. I do believe it was balance. No, it was. Let's try balance. Yes, it was balance. So we get a new mechanic here, and this is that there's now polarity within the bubbles. And so if you think about polarity, negative, positive, you come to the conclusion that, hey, if we combine them, they'll cancel each other out. You can see here, if we try and connect, nope, we can't. The negative will break apart any connection we have. That's really important, because if we have a 2 breaker, which I'll show you in a minute, and we try and take a 2 breaker through a negative area, it'll break the breaker into its composite parts, which I think is going to be used in puzzles later on, but right now we don't really have that choice. So right here, this is a good one. It's called Breaker Path, and you do find that the names of the levels do indicate a little bit of what you're supposed to be thinking about in the levels. But here, so we have a triple right. Let's try and go through the negative path. Boom, it breaks it apart. Done. Game over. Let's undo. And undo. Brings us back to kind of a fresh starting point here. We can, in fact, though, go through the positive just fine. That's something that I think is interesting. I don't know, what the choice is behind that, but okay, your game. I'll play by your rules, and it's good. I like it. So you have these sweet mechanics, tons of maps. So each one of these is a map, and some of these are locked. Some of these I haven't even gotten to. And the game gates your progress by keys. So at the end of each of these new mechanic levels, you unlock a key here, and that's going to say, hey, now you can do constructors. Now you can do exploders. Let's check out constructors, because I've never played this one, and you guys can see me struggle a little bit with something that's completely new. Okay, so let's break this. I don't know. Oh, you know what I bet this is going to do? So there is, you can click on these and you can hit describe, and it shows you information. Red cone, green cone, blue cone, tricone. There we go, right? I bet you if we go here and then here, so, okay, so constructors create bubbles. That's very cool. And so I'm sure that's going to be used in some quite novel ways later on down the line in this puzzle map. Let's go ahead and look at another one. How about exploders? I have an idea of what this might be, but let's click here. Negative exploder, it indicates it's gonna react, I bet, when we break here and let the positive in. So let's break this. And the positive is gonna reach the negative here. Maybe? No? Nothing? In negative cells, decomposes to exploder template plus negative balance. Okay, so that did do what we thought it would do. Ah, but here we go. Now we need to break apart the tricone so we can get one complete tricone. So let's restart. And this is really cool. This is, again, part of the reason why I really enjoyed the game, because some of these puzzles are very clever. Very, very clever, and I think that's great. If we, leave the main game mode here, there's so much more level-wise and mechanical-wise that I really suggest, you check it out when it comes out tomorrow or in a few hours, depending on when this video goes up. A couple extra things, there are achievements if you're into that. There is cloud saving if you're into that. And there is an editor, so we can make a new map here and call it new map 1. I'm fine with that. And we hit OK. And look, we can make things. We could draw. I don't quite know how it works yet. But the important thing is that here there exists like a fully functional, fully complex game mode, map maker. And you can go ahead and there is support to save that map and then upload it online so other people can play it. So essentially this game has almost limitless playability, and that's something that's really great. Really, really great. I think that's really all there is right now to talk about Tricone Lab. I think it's a really fun puzzle game. I can't wait to see where it goes when it comes out of beta. If you guys are looking for kind of a casual, sciencey, molecular puzzle game with a lot of content, some pretty good depth, and lots of mechanics, something that I have never seen a game quite fit like this before, then you guys should check this game out. I would like to just open credits up here so you can see here, all the credits for the game, the music, the sound effects, all of that stuff. I think that's important. And I'm Toast. Stay toasty.